And hey, how's it going? It is all the news all the time. My name is Adam. I got my avatar back. Hi. He's in the corner looking weird. You're not sure about that, are you? But what's the news today? We got some interesting news. A bearded man, there he is, although nowadays you're not allowed to make assumptions. All right, this guy's a man, if ever I've seen one. He smashes the women's weightlifting record held by trans lifter, this guy over here. Let's be honest, these are two guys. Let's just be straightforward about things. Let's stop lying to ourselves and everyone else. That's a guy. That's a guy. These are benches. This is weights. Okay, moving on. A bearded pro powerlifter, this guy here, entered a women's competition in Canada and smashed a record held by a transgender lifter who was also watching on, who had himself beaten the women's record. So a man beats another man for the women's powerlifting weight competition. You can't make this stuff up anymore. The New York Post reports that A.V. Silverberg, this guy here, who is head coach for Team Canada powerlifting, I mean, yeah, he looks it, for more than 10 years. Jesus Christ, man. He's a powerlifting coach for Team Canada for 10 years. He entered last week's Heroes Classic. I'm not sure they're heroes. There we go. A tournament in Lethbridge, Alberta, after identifying as a female. He only identified as a female when he lay down on the bench, and only for something like 20 seconds, and then he was back to being a man. So that was nice for him. And a video shared by athlete activist group, the Independent Council on Women's Sports, Icons, showed him walking up to the platform, still fully bearded. Yeah, why not? I mean, if you can have stuff down your trousers and you can still be a woman, then I'm sure a beard is not going to make any difference either. And he was wearing a regular men's singlet. I wonder why. He then casually, well, I'm not sure it's casual, bench pressed nearly 167 kilograms. Jesus Christ, man. Beating the current Alberta woman's record by almost 45 kilograms. And Jesus Christ, I can do 100 kilograms on bench, and that's a lot. That feels like a lot. 167, Jesus, that's loads, like properly loads. Nasty. The current record, 124 kilogram pounds, is held by trans athlete Annie Andrews. Interestingly, he's known as Trans-Ann. Trans-Ann, like the car, who was seen watching Silverberg while volunteering at the event. Andres also holds the Alberta women's record for the deadlift at 245 kilograms. Yeah, you're a dude though, aren't you, man? You're a dude, and you're taking away opportunities from women. That's what you're doing. And he is making a point of showing you this ridiculous situation. We can watch the video. Let's have a look down here. Team Canada powerlifting coach, besides this guy, A.V. Silverberg, just broke the Alberta women's bench press record in the 84 plus kilogram category. There you go. This dude, I love it. More people have got to do this stuff. You've got to actually just make out and show them how ridiculous this is, to be honest. And how much, and there's the other so-called woman. No, it's the Canada's transgender policy. It says anyone should be able to participate in the gender with which they identify and not be subject to any requirements for disclosure of personal information beyond those required of cisgender athletes. Right, there you go. There's no requirement for hormonal therapy, surgery, so you can just turn up. You just turn up, you're a woman for 30 seconds, and then you're back to being a man. Marvellous. So let's have a little look at the action. And what do we got here? You gotta love this stuff. You gotta love it. A.V. Silverberg, women's bench press, 167 kilos. Jesus Christ, that's loads. I can do 100. Whew. 100 feels like so much. So now he's still a man, and he's just about to identify as a woman, very, very shortly. And then, now he's a woman. He's got the lift from the judge, and then he's descending to the chest. And then she sends the command to go back up, and then rack, and now he's a man again. Brilliant. Excellent work, miss. And we've got this chancer. Oh, let's be honest, is a guy who's cheating. There's a cheating guy. That's what we've got going on. Look at the size of this dude. Yes. And I think we've seen all we need to know about that. So this is it comes from this guy. This whole thing kicked off because of this guy. Outrage in the sport began after a disrespectful post from trans-identifying male powerlifter went viral months ago. Let's have a little look at what this guy's saying.
And says something controversial. Why is women's bench so bad? I mean, not compared to me. We all know that I'm a training freak, so that doesn't count. I know we're not talking about Mackenzie Lee. She's got little T-Rex arms, and she's like 400 pounds of chest muscle, apparently. I mean, standard bench in powerlifting competition for women, I literally don't understand why it's so bad. My son, he weighs 45 pounds. His max bench is like 33. I'm legit seeing some women in competition who are doing something like 50 pounds. And
This guy doesn't understand the differences between men and women. He just clearly doesn't understand it. He really just doesn't get it. That women are much smaller than men, especially this guy. And most of their strength is in the lower body. They're like quads, hamstrings, calves are much stronger. But it's this lack of comprehension of the situation and this sheer hubris and arrogance.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand why so many women are skipping bench and focusing on everything else.
I'm not sure you're helping either, my friend. So this guy, this legend, Avi is his name, Avi Silverberg, he turned up and showed them that what a real man can do against also a man in women's. Just what are we? Where are we in this crazy world? And this is on the heels of Austin Killip's transgender cyclist wins UCI event. I mean, this is a cyclist, and he's become the first athlete, so-called, to win a UCI women's stage race at the Tour of Gila in New Mexico. He's taken $8,000 away from a woman who, women, it's really hard for them to get into competitions anyway. It's like they have very limited opportunities, they have very limited chances, and then some guy turns up and just takes that away from them. And people are leaving the sport because of this. It's just shambolic. It's terrible. It's shambolic. It's killing off women's cycling. Women are leaving it because you train all your life, you train hard, and then this cheat, that's literally what he is, this cheat turns up and takes your opportunities away from you. And he's going to go on to the Tour de France next, and maybe even the Olympics, where he's going to take opportunities away from women yet again. He's sponsored, I don't know if you can see the logo there, but that says Nice Bikes, and they're a team. This is them, Nice Bikes, and this is their thing. And ironically, not ironically, this is a non-profit women's cycling team, not really, with a mission to support and empower women. Clearly not. And LGBTQIA+ individuals in professional cycling. So I think this first bit is pretty much a lie, and the second bit is activism, is LGB activism, and that's the whole thing about it. They're just pushing this LGBTQIA+ activism and telling people that this is normalised, and if you're a guy and you want to go into women's competition and you've got a beard, don't let that worry you. He also cycles, I don't know if you can see, no, but he also cycles for this team, which is the Amy D Foundation, and there's a little picture of the guy over there, and their motto is promoting participation, opportunity and equity for women in cycling. Again, no. You don't promote participation by putting a guy in there. What you've caused is someone to lose a place. They're not participating because he's taken a place. He's taken an opportunity from someone. And there's no equity, meaning fairness and justice here. So again, lies upon lies upon lies. And this is their link tree if you want to buy their stuff or apply for their gravel camp. The fall 20, that's probably happened. You can go into the spring gravel camp if you're a guy, and maybe Matthew Vanderpool or Tadej Pogačar could go to their gravel camp and declare themselves a woman for the afternoon. And this is their news if you want to look at all this shenanigans. All of this is caused by the UCI. That's their jersey. You can buy that. Ironically, it comes, because this is a women's team, ironically it comes in both men's and women's. So there you go. And why is this all happening? Well, it's the UCI, isn't it? Union Cycliste Internationale, these French group. They're defending the policy of allowing just about anybody to cycle and say they're a woman, because they're defending it on their policy because, where's their defence? Where's their ridiculous defence? It says it down here. Oh yeah, the UCI rules are based on the latest scientific knowledge and have been applied in a consistent manner. You can always apply wrong things consistently. The UCI continues to follow the evolution of scientific findings, no it doesn't, and may change its rules in the future as scientific knowledge evolves. There you go. It says the UCI acknowledges that transgender athletes may wish to compete in accordance with their gender identity. They might well do. They might well do. I would again ask Matthew van der Poel if he would like to win the women's competition, or maybe Chris Froome. He would like to participate and win the Tour de France Femme. Wouldn't that be good? He's won the Tour de France men's. He could come over, win the Tour de France females. Brilliant. I mean, that's just a palmarès to be just treasured. This guy. So that's all I've got for you at the moment. We got bearded men smashing weightlifting records for women, and they're beating other trans men. And we've got guys on bikes beating women, and we've got all the women sitting around clapping and saying, "Well done, lads." Brilliant. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. All right, I'm gonna see you guys later.